A threat to our security may be brewing in Europe. Are we at risk of a setback that could be as bad as the Vietnam War? Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to help navigate this turbulent world. While all eyes are on the political conventions here at home, a potentially ominous event is unfolding in Europe that could eventually threaten our very security. Riots are rocking a country called Belarus, which had been part of the old Soviet Union and became a separate nation when the Soviet Empire collapsed in 1991. For 26 years, Belarus has been under the iron fist of a dictator, Alexander Lukashenko. Elections were recently held and, predictably, the dictator rigged the result. But the people have had enough and are taking to the streets in such overwhelming numbers that Lukashenko dictatorship is actually crumbling. But here danger lurks. Russian strongman Vladimir Putin doesn't want a genuine democracy emerging on Russia's border. He could well send in military forces, regular and irregular, to keep Lukashenko in power or install a puppet to succeed him. Neighboring Belarus is a small country, Lithuania, which regained its independence from the Soviet Empire in 1991. Lithuania, unlike Russia and Belarus, is a vigorous democracy. It is a member of the European Union, and Lithuania is a member of NATO. The core of NATO, an alliance that was absolutely essential for defeating the Soviet Union during the Cold War, is that an attack on one member nation would be considered an attack on all. This core is embedded in Article 5 of the NATO Treaty. It's what made NATO so powerful. Putin understands that undermining NATO would be a devastating blow to the U.S. and make Europe pliant to Russia's wishes. Here's what might happen. If Putin intervenes in Belarus under some phony pretext, he might also move troops into Lithuania. Not a full-scale invasion, just occupy a piece of real estate under some fake rationale. What would be the NATO and U.S. response? Would Washington send troops to ensure the Russians left immediately, or would we dither? If we effectively did nothing, Putin would win a massive victory, and the U.S. would suffer a bigger setback than losing the Vietnam War. As astute Russian expert Leon Aron warns, quote, "The Kremlin's political gains could be enormous. Russia would be permanently feared. NATO's Article 5, the cornerstone of collective defense, would be rendered a fiction. The alliance might start to unravel as countries on Russia's eastern flank sought individual accommodations with Moscow." End of quote. In Asia, China and its neighbors would also take note. You can't rely on U.S. promises for your security. Better get ready to oblige China's demands. In the years preceding World War II, we didn't stand up to what at first were small aggressive moves by dictators. They became emboldened and catastrophe followed. I'm Steve Forbes. Thank you for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.